Hey guys, it's Megan. I'm back home in the great state of Virginia on the new couch. Put the old sheet over it to add a little color, but it's a lot bigger than the old couch that I had. That one yesterday went over the balcony of the building that I live in, and then it was moved to the curb. I think it's still probably sitting out there waiting for the trash man. This one's so much more comfortable, and it's bigger than the old one was, so have to move stuff around to make it fit. But we brought this back from North Carolina with us. Did the tour of NC State. Had to go to, when I went to go upload the video, it wound up coming up in two parts, and I was trying to put it all into one, like play one video and the other one right after it in the same file, so when I uploaded it, it would just be one video, but it didn't work that way. So the last part is just the ending, and most of the stuff is in the first part, but it was a pretty day, and the campus was nice. I only got out probably like once to go in front of the Wolfpack statue and read the little thing that was under it, which was kind of interesting, and Jamie walked around it for me and took some video, and I'm sure he did some narration too. Let's see, had to go, today I had a doctor's appointment, had to go meet a new family practice doctor, and then he ordered some tests, so I had to go have those done. Then I had to stop and pick up some medication on the way back, and by the time I got home this afternoon, I was just ready for the day to be over with completely. I was spent, so the rest of the week I'm going to be catching up from the weekend that we had. We had a lot of stuff to do in a short amount of time, and I think we could have done more stuff, but it didn't happen that way. It's kind of funny, overslept, it's not funny, but on our trip I overslept both days. I wanted to be up by a certain time, I wound up getting up later. Of course, I was up most of the night. The room that we were staying in was very hot. The AC unit kept, we would drop it down to get it cool, and all they had was the little AC radiator thing that ran under the window, and there was a thermostat across the room on the hall. Ever we put it on to get it down to a reasonable level, less than 5 minutes later it turns itself off and then jacks it back up. So it was interesting. We stopped at a place near the NC State campus called Baja Burrito, and it was this little place. It was in the shopping center that had a Oriental Market, a Best Cuts place, and it was pretty good. They had, in my opinion, they had some of the best sweet tea. You know, me being a diabetic, that's the one thing I'm supposed to stay away from, along with the sugary sodas, but I had a couple of good-sized cups of it, and even took a cup of it home in the to-go cup on the way out of there. Didn't stay cold the whole trip back, but that's okay. It was good. I don't know how many of you are familiar with something called Brunswick stew. I've made it once before, and I mean, it depends on what you want in your stew as to what you do, but most of them that I've had before generally has barbecue in it, like the shredded meat. Usually it's like beef and either barbecue beef or pork, or barbecue beef and pork, and there's corn in it, and there's some potatoes in it, and I think they put like chicken broth in it and spices, and there's some beans I think in it. But this one that I had at the Blistered Pig, it had some sort of noodle in it too. It was like little noodles that were in it. I'm not used to that. And in the Blistered Pig, they also put barbecue, and it was pork, brisket, which is beef, and chicken. It was different. I got a little bowl of it to go, or it's supposed to be what you call a cup of it, but I got a little thing of it to go. And a lot of people eat soup hot, but I let it get cool. I let it cool off, and I put it in the refrigerator at my mom's, and then I had a little bit of it later, but I ate it mostly like warm or cold, just because it was so hot out, I didn't want to, I didn't really want to get any hotter than I was. So, I had that, and then I helped my mom go through her house and get some stuff out, and got her to, I guess she went through some of her stuff and got rid of some stuff. They're trying to make a move. I have to say, I was really impressed with Jamie's packing ability to carry furniture long distance and nothing to blow out and be wobbling or anything. He got everything tied down and everything stayed. I mean, we went from North Carolina to Virginia. We were up in the hilly land, which I guess it's mountains, or I don't know, some sort of could have been hills, it could have been small mountains, I don't really know. Then we went across a couple of bridges, and then we went through a tunnel at one point, and that held steady. I mean, normally when I've had somebody say, oh, I'll tie it down, I'm always having to watch it or have to hold something up as we're going. He did an excellent job. I thought we had a lot of stuff, and I thought, excuse me, that something was going to have to get sacrificed, but everything we took up, plus the stuff we acquired along the way and came back with, it all fit. Now, I was given a TV, well, it's a TV that also has a DVD player in it, that also has a VHS section, which also has a slot for you to put HDMI cable on it. It was supposed to have built-in DTV, but I don't think it does. And it has a slot in the front that you can put your SDHC or SD card that you'd put in your digital camera or your phone. You can slide it in the TV and you can watch whatever's on it. I'm not sure, I have to look into it, but I'm not sure if you can take that, put your memory card in, and then I don't think you can record it to a DVD. I'm not sure that you can put it to a VHS tape. It doesn't really, I don't think you'd want to convert down, in my opinion, because a memory card is something up, not down. Like if you want to put that on something, I think you'd put it on a disc or something. I'm not sure. But I haven't checked out that component. I brought home a tape that my mom gave me that simply said Turkey. And then when you opened it up, it said Traveling Show. She thought it was a home video from when I was a kid to Turkey. So I was like excited. I was thinking, okay, we'll make this trip home. And then tomorrow, in the evening time, Jamie and I can hook the TV up and we can lay in bed and watch it together. So he gets it hooked up. I figure out how to get the VHS part to work. And not to mention the fact that this TV was heavy, very heavy, and awkward. It's wider than my old TV, so it's more of a rectangle than a square, and it was heavy. So he got that in, plugged in, put the tape in, and it's some like really bad old travel channel. So it's like somebody copied a traveling video in Turkey from a traveling channel. Must be something you saw back in the 80s or the 90s. The music was so not crisp, it was so draggy, and I just couldn't sit there and watch it. I was like, after all that work, after getting all that stuff up, all the way from North Carolina, pop the tape in it, and it doesn't even have home video on it. So I was upset about that. I guess I could have tested it. I could have plugged it in at my mom's and tested it there and, figured out what the tape was, but, then I wouldn't have had to be disappointed because I would have already known, but it is what it is. So, I just had 1,012 things to do today, so, got all that stuff done, got home, got unpacked, well, not completely unpacked, but, got stuff and had dinner and just chilled out for a while. And I know I didn't do a YouTube video yesterday. I was exhausted yesterday. I was trying to get this uploaded the not this video, but the one with the NC State campus tour, kind of the drive around and everything. I was trying to get that stuff loaded, but Jamie went to bed and had the phone next to him, and it was too hard for me to try to go get it and then remember how to upload from something, so I just waited till this evening, and actually more like this morning, to upload it. But if you watch it, the video's in 2 parts. Now, I tried to put them on Facebook like one after another so you could watch both of them, but if you didn't see it through my Facebook and you're watching this video but didn't see the others, there's 2 videos of our mini tour through NC State. Jamie took me by some areas, and I had his little Nokia phone, and I videotaped as we drove so that I could get some footage. It wasn't that it was, how do I put this the right way? I used that because the digital camera I had packed up in the back of the truck, and it was, I don't have a clue, I really wasn't sure where I put it in our bags to know where it was, so his phone was the only thing we had, and his phone was also our music player along the way, and it was also our GPS navigation system. So it kind of worked a lot of things. Let's see. What else did we do? I'm trying to think. We had a really nice trip. It was short, but it was nice. But that's the second time I've been in that area of North Carolina in less than 3 months. Jamie and I have done 2 road trips together since we've been married, besides, you know, the honeymoon in Virginia Beach. That was only like 20, 30, or, you know, about 30, 40 minutes away, depending on what part of Virginia Beach we were in. So, yeah, the only 2 places we've been has been North Carolina. Or the only 2 trips we've taken have been to North Carolina. So let's see. My birthday's in October, and I want to plan another like weekend trip, a long weekend trip, but I'm not sure where this time I'd like to go. I want to go someplace within a few hours of where we live. I think if we could keep it 5 hours or less, maybe that might be sufficient to go somewhere. So I got to figure out what I want to see. I don't want to do anything where there's a lot of walking tours and stuff like that. I'm interested in, you know, I like the beach, but I don't want to go when it's blazing hot. On the way home, my arm was on the door of the truck inside as we were driving, and I guess the sun was hot and it burned part of my arm. I got a sunburn, and I don't have anything. I read that you could use lidocaine cream or aloe vera, and I don't have either of those, and it just stings and itches. So I didn't have, excuse me, any sunscreen on, because honestly I didn't think I was going to be in the sun that much, but I guess I did get a little color on this trip. I did not get to see any family besides my mom and stepdad on this trip. We didn't see any of Jamie's family. Well, Jamie's side of the family. Well, I mean, we saw his mom and nephew on our way out, and then we saw his mom and nephew the night before, and then he saw his dad today, and I saw his dad from the window today, but his dad doesn't come upstairs where we live. There's too many steps. But yeah, we just we had a nice weekend. It's like we planned this trip for 2 months, and we were almost home, and I said it's really sad that this trip's over. We saved for it, we planned for it, and now the trip's over and it's back to the grind. So I was having some problems with my mouth again tonight. I'm hoping that, what do you want to say, next week or the week after I can get something started on it, or get all the testing they want to do for my regular doctor's appointment. Our insurance isn't, the plan that we have is a deductible type plan, so you don't pay the co-pays, but you have to meet your deductible and then you pay X amount afterwards. I'm not exactly sure how all of it works, but the thing that I do like about this insurance, that I got put back on some of my old medication that I take for acid reflux, high blood pressure, IBS, asthma, stuff like that, and my diabetes. And I took them over to Target, and I gave them my insurance information, and I gave them the prescriptions, and here I am thinking, I don't have a clue as to how much it's going to be, that I was going to pay for it with the HSA card, a health savings account plan. Well, here I am thinking, okay, hopefully it's not going to be that much, but regardless of what it is, I need the medication, so I'm going to get it. Well, the girl rings me up, and I said, how much is it? And she says, that'll be $4. And I said, is that everything? And it was all 4 prescriptions. If I didn't have insurance, I would have had to pay like $110 full price, cash price for that stuff. So $4 for 4 prescriptions wasn't bad. Now I don't understand, I can't begin to understand how they figure all these numbers and stuff out. Now tonight I went online to the insurance company's website, and I looked up, they had sent an email to Jamie about a claim for a doctor's bill, and I was going to go ahead and go on and pay it. Well, I can't figure out where the actual bill is that tells me how much I owe and how I can pay it, because I can't figure out where to submit it to. So I'm going to have to get in touch with the insurance company and find out what their policy is and how to do it. I did pay a bill a couple weeks back with a card, and I was able to do it through the laboratory diagnostics department or whatever it was, and that was pretty easy. But yeah, sorry, I got frustrated and finally gave up on it for tonight. I had to have an x-ray done on my foot and an x-ray done on my chest because 3-4 weeks ago I tripped in the living room, and my bare flat foot landed on a cell phone charger that was plugged into an extension cord, and the middle part of my foot has been hurting ever since. Well, the doctor decided that because I've had slight swelling in my legs and my feet, that it'd be a good idea to get it x-rayed to see if there's anything, because there's a spot on the bottom of it that he wants to make sure there's not something called a foreign body in it, like I stepped on something, because there's a spot where it looks like something could have gotten in my foot and then it's healed over it. And he told me that if they find something in it, or if they don't find something in it, they may have to send me to a foot doctor and have part of that cut out of my foot. So I have to wait on the results for that. And then I've had this weird pain in my left side around my rib cage area and a little lower, and the doctor's concerned about my spleen, because it hurts when I go to move, to bend or get up and down, or to twist over to the side to get something. Like if you're in a seated position and you're facing forward and there's something next to you on the floor and you want to get it and you have to reach over for it, I start to feel pain. So he pushed on the rib cage area and about wanted to come off the table. So they x-rayed that, and then he's going to do an ultrasound of my spleen, thinking that it might be enlarged, pushing on the rib cage, but they don't know. So I'm hoping that it's not going to be too painful when they do the ultrasound on it. I've had an ultrasound done on my liver before, and that hurt because they pushed really hard on it. but I don't know. So I just have to wait and see. They ran my A1C today to figure out what my numbers are. Last time I had it ran, it was pretty high. It was 8.1. I'm hoping that I can get it down to anywhere between a 5 and a 6. It'd be nice if I could get it at like 5.5, but I'm not 100% not having sugar at all. I mean, I still have sugar in my diet, just not like it was before. So, at one time before, every night before I went to bed, or every evening, I was having a big old cup of ice cream, or a big old bowl of ice cream, or something like that, and I don't do that every night anymore. I do like ice cream, although I shouldn't be eating it, but I'm trying to do it in moderation. So, excuse me, here's to hoping that the numbers can go down and the health can go up. I can start to feel better, because right now it's not pleasant. I had a lot of problems on this trip. I had a lot of problems being able to stand for long periods of time, having to walk a lot, or having to get up and down and up and down. I had a lot of problems with that. So I don't want this to be my life forever. I need, I'm not active as much as I should be. And people say, oh, you could just go walk half an hour to an hour a day or something 3 times a week. It's not that easy when you have issues with your feet, your knees, your hips, and your back. And then on top of that, you add the problems with my teeth that I've had over the last week or two. It just intensifies it. So, yeah. That's all that's going on with me. This video is kind of lengthy, so I don't want to be too much longer for you guys. So, watch my NC State tour. There's some interesting stuff to see. Like, fave, share, subscribe to my channel. And it's Megan Shepherd 81. And then my email, if you'd like to send me a message or comment, you can comment below, or you can email me at Megan Shepherd, meganshepard81@gmail.com. If you have any questions or anything, just ask me, and as long as they're not inappropriate, I don't mind answering them. So if I get enough people sending me messages and asking me questions, I could do a Q&A on camera for you. So that'd be nice. Or some of you should suggest if I should get my husband to do a video with me. I was talking to him earlier today about doing one with me, but it never worked out today. So if you guys would be interested in seeing that, comment below, email me, message me somehow, and let me know. Alright. You guys have a good one. Bye.